In the heart of Mexico is a state rich in colonial architecture and history, as well as precious metals. And one town's population, remarkably, is 12% American. Here's my special report on Guanajuato. Guanajuato is a landlocked state in central Mexico with a population of over 5 million people. Its capital is Guanajuato City, which was founded as a mining town. The nearby Reyes mine is the oldest in Guanajuato, and Spanish explorers started mining it in the mid-1500s. Producing gold and silver, it's still operational today. When the silver trade was booming in the 1700s, the city blossomed, constructing the many Baroque and neoclassical buildings that adorn the hillsides, like its many churches, and the magnificent Benito Juarez Theater in the city's main square, which has been hosting shows for over 100 years.
También me pregunto cuando alguien me dice que lloras por mí.
This is an eminently walkable city, and they've done a remarkably good job of preserving their architecture and their history and their music. Just look up and take a look at the buildings, you'll see what I mean. But then don't forget to look down about what you're walking on. That's when the story gets really interesting.
Beneath the city, you'll find a network of underground roads. These tunnels were originally built in the 1800s to control floodwaters, after a major flood destroyed the city in 1780. In fact, many of today's existing structures were built directly on top of the ruins. Once a dam was eventually built to control the river, these tunnels were then converted for vehicle use. Above ground, you can peruse the city's many shops. And if you want to indulge your sweet tooth, then have a bite of charabuscas.
Whoa. Yep. Gonna see the dentist right after this. All right, candy is candy, and I admit it, I eat that wherever I go. But the one thing you can't get wherever you go, you can only find here in Guanajuato. It's called a guacamaya. It's actually named after a bird. It's over 200 years old and was very popular with the miners. Why? It was inexpensive, it was delicious, and it was filling.
Starting with a hearty bread roll, you then fill it with avocado, boiled egg, pork rinds, a scoop of pico de gallo, some fresh squeezed lime juice, and then you top it all off with a very spicy sauce made out of chile de árbol. Those are peppers, which are about 6 times hotter than a jalapeno.
Muchas gracias. I present for your consideration the guacamaya. It's big, it's a two-hander, and it's, whoa! It's really hot. Can you say, dos cervezas, por favor?
If you're looking for more colonial architecture, check out the city of San Miguel de Allende, about 90 minutes away. San Miguel is known for its vibrant art scene, attracting people from all over the world with its festivals and museums. And if you're looking for a really special way to get oriented, American expat Rodrigo Landeros knows this city, and he can show it to you the old-fashioned way.
So basically, we are riding into town.
Yeah, and this is the coolest way to get around town, for sure.
Rodrigo is part of San Miguel's large American expat community, making up 12% of the population. It started when World War II vets came to study at the city's art institutes on the GI Bill. Many of those vets fell in love with the city, and they stayed.
And here we are. These are my favorite saloons.
Alrighty.
And we're ready. That's
We
it.
are. All right, let's do it.
El Tenampa is a 100-year-old swinging door saloon,
wow.
one of the oldest in San Miguel. And like much of the city, it feels like you transported yourself to another era.
Salud.
Salute, man.
And after partaking in a little liquid courage, I was ready to get a slightly different view of the city.
Oh my goodness.
How cool is this?
So cool.
So it's amazing up here.
It's spectacular.
A different way to see Mexico.
Definitely.
I was joined by another of San Miguel de Allende's expat residents, Leah Alonso, a singer from New York City.
What brought you here?
I came down here, I collaborated with some artists, sang with some mariachis. I feel so fortunate that as an artist, I've been able to find a supportive community here to make a living. This is a great place to call home.
And if you're lucky, you might just get a personal concert.
México lindo y querido, si muero lejos de ti.
All right.
Back on the ground, keep an eye out for Mohigangas. These giant puppets have been a fixture of San Miguel weddings and festivals since the 18th century. And one of the people keeping this very special tradition alive is Hermes Arroyo.
Es mi casa, es mi taller y se llama La Casa de las Mohigangas.
Hermes' family has been in the Mohigangas business for 80 years. And at his home workshop, I got a chance to try my hand as a puppeteer.
So you want me to get into this
Yes.
right now?
Right.
Okay. Here goes nothing. Okay, I'm coming under
Yes.
like this.
Yeah.
Bueno,
It's okay.
okay. It's good. Okay. Oh boy.
Agarrarlo de aquí.
Okay.
Bailar.
Whoa. She told me she only likes me as a friend.
I also got to help in the construction of a new puppet.
De glue,
Like this?
pegamento. Nariz, vamos a hacer una nariz grande.
Big nose.
Sí.
Jimmy Durante times. It's okay?
More lipstick.
More lipstick.
Más pintura.
Más pintura, okay. Oh my God.
Muy sexy.
Mohigangas are often made to represent real-life people, like historical and religious figures, or the lucky bride and groom. Sometimes the puppets look very familiar.
Tengo una sorpresa para ti.
Para mí?
Para ti, un momento.
Okay.
Your mini Mohiganga.
I love it.
For you,
Pedrito.
Pedrito.
Pedrito. Does it work?
With my new mini Mohiganga in tow, we then set off for León, a city of impressive architecture, and it's also known as the unofficial North American capital of shoes. It's producing shoes since its foundation about 420 years ago, and it's still a booming business. León is responsible for 80% of all shoes made in Mexico, with most of the work done in small workshops, like here at Atelier Amaretto, where father and son partners Gustavo and Claudio Lopez bring your custom shoe ideas to life.
How do you feel that pair?
Claudio and his father first meet with clients to discuss an idea, then sketch out a design. And once the sketch is approved, the materials are gathered, cut, dyed, then assembled together. Finally, a coat of wax, and it's ready. Roughly 60 labor hours go into each pair of custom shoes. And with that amount of care, the price feels like it's a steal, just 200 American dollars. But you gotta plan ahead, as the entire process takes around 10 weeks. And when the shoes are finished, then you're able to take home your own piece of the rich culture of León.